For today's drawing, we're going to make a picture of a pilgrim and an Indian. And this commemorates the first Thanksgiving. There were Indians that lived all over the country. Some lived in the far west. Some lived in the center of the country on what are called the Great Plains. And those Indians lived in teepees. But the Indians that lived in the east lived in longhouses and wigwams. And the Indians helped the settlers to grow food and pretty much kept them from starving to death in some instances. Alright, let's get started with the drawing.
Okay, the first thing you need to do is put a flat line on the left-hand side of your paper, just like this. The line is a good bit above the middle of the paper, but not quite at the top. You need to leave room because the top of the Indian's head is going to go above this line. And now we're going to draw fairly quickly.
Short lines that go up, flat line that goes across. Now for the top of her head, put your finger here just like this. Skip up, put a dot. We're going to go very quickly, so pay attention. You won't have time to erase. If you erase, you'll get far behind. So just draw. Slant this way, slant that way. Move your finger up. Put a small dot. Put your finger here. Make a curved line like the top of a letter C. Hooks right into the headband. Same thing on this side, only it's like the top of a letter D. It makes the rounded part of her head. This is all going to end up black, so if you need to round that up a little bit more, that's fine. Her hair is going to be solid black. And you don't have to color it in now, we'll color it in later. Alright. Let's see, let's measure down, put 2 fingernails under her headband just like this, right in the middle. Slide your finger right up against the headband and slide down right over your 2 fingernails. Put a small dot. Cover that dot with your finger. And look, you can practice this if you want to. We're going to make a great big, like letter U. It's like an upside down rainbow, or like a letter U, or like a cereal bowl with really tall sides. Down and around. This has to look like a face, so whatever you do, make this shape so that it can be used for her face. And don't worry about the dot. You can get rid of the dot. You can erase your dot. I've got this stuff called whiteout, and I can get rid of my dot like that. In the middle of this shape, put her nose like this. Give her eyes. And a large smiling mouth. Her ears are right here, like a letter U, just like this right here. Don't make the whole ear because her hair is going to cover the rest. Now let's do her neck and then we'll do her hair. For her neck, put your little finger right under her chin. This should be about the right width for her neck. Put a line beside it on both sides. So now she's got this little short neck like this. Put a flat line right across there. We're going very quickly. This is just follow the leader, and it's really pretty simple. Until now. This next part is not so simple. Put your finger up here beside her head and slide over until it barely touches her head like this. And you can cover her ear. Slide your finger straight down, but not any other direction, just straight down until your fingernail is across from her neck like this. Put your pencil right here on the corner of her neck and don't draw but skip. And put a dot right there beside your finger. Same thing on the other side. Put your finger out here, slide over, touch your head. Doesn't matter if it covers her ear. Slide straight down. Put your pencil right there and skip. Put a dot right here. Now this is really important. This is how we're going to make her shoulders. And if you get this wrong, then it's going to be hard to make her upper body look right. Alright, now go below the dot. You can look, just look. Go below the dot and draw over to her neck. Go below the dot, hook onto her neck. That makes her shoulders. And hook on right to the corners. I missed my corners a little bit. I can't erase, but hook right onto the corners right there that you've already got drawn. Now you can put her hair in like this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a line right there. Fill that in a little bit. You can fill it in with a black crayon later. And then I'm just going to make her hair come out from under her headband like this. And then again on the other side. I'm going to give her shoulder length hair. And that's all I'm going to fool with her hair for now. You can come back and work on that more later if you want to. Alright, I'm going to get rid of these dots very quickly and we'll move on. And we're going to start on the table and the turkey, then we'll come back and finish this up. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and put her collar. Let's go ahead and put her collar. Her collar is like a V, right under her neck like that. And you can put 1, 2, 3, 4 little leather fringes on it like that, just like little strings hanging off. Now we're going to drop down and do the table. I'll show you what we've worked on so far. We've got our head in this collar. Now we're going to go down here and do the table. Oops, I forgot her feather. Well, I think I'm going to do her feather next. Then we'll do the table. Alright, very quickly. And this is simple. You can just follow along. Just make a line that goes out like that. And put your finger, well, you can put your finger on it and then slide it back some. What you want to do is just put a curved line right there. And don't waste a lot of time trying to get this feather perfect. It doesn't matter. Now for the table. Okay, pay attention to this because this is how we know how far down to skip to make the line for the table. Put your fingers, slide your fingers right up against, well, against her collar, I suppose. You can see right there. Now we're going to come straight over. We're going to skip straight over our fingers. And right here put a dot right at the bottom of your finger. And make sure now that you're down pretty far. We've got to leave room for her upper body in here. So that's why I wanted to measure with fingers like that. Then from that dot, go straight over off the edge of the paper and then stop and wait. So we've got to place our hand here for the turkey. Now look, about halfway up on my fingers, I'm going to lay my hand right here so that about halfway up on my fingers is kind of near the bottom edge. But my fingers stick above this line a little bit. Now get your hand nice and flat and straight like this. And I'll go about halfway up and down from here to here. See this distance in here? Go about halfway and put a dot right there. And look, I've got a big space here. And then go on this other side, leave a big space. Skip straight over now. But this other dot, you want to skip straight over. And leave your hand there. Don't move your hand. You've got a dot with a big space here and a dot with a big space there. And all we want to do is just put this kind of rainbow shape in here for this turkey. And if you miss this other dot, that doesn't matter. Just kind of make that a smooth line. Now these two lines should come to the same place on the bottom, and I'm just going to put a line between them for now, and we'll come back and work on that later. Go back to the table, take that line across, hit the turkey, skip over, take this line all the way off the edge just like that. Alright, let's work on the girl's shoulders, and then we'll do the pilgrim, then we'll come back and we'll finish this. So just leave this alone. Don't try to put the leg or the wing or anything on it. Just leave it alone. Go to her shoulder, put your finger under her shoulder, and you can see what I'm doing. Slide your finger straight down. Make sure you come nice and straight down from her shoulder. Put your pencil on this side of your finger and then just go up to meet the shoulder and then make another line just like it on this side. Right in the middle of her outfit here, just put this straight line up and down. Then put an X over it. These are leather straps, leather strings, and they're shaped like X's, just like a letter X. We'll put the arms on later. Let's work on the pilgrim. Once we get him done, then we can go back and put some more detail. Well, we can go back and put the arms and some detail on the turkey. Now, cover up the turkey with your hand, slide it on up here. We got to get way over here. You can see my little finger is, bumped up against her head, but I've got to have all this space in here. And go to her headband. Put your pencil right on her headband and skip straight across your hand. And we want to put the dot right here. Leave a space though, leave a white space. And put that dot right in there. Now start your flat line, just barely start it. Don't make it too long now. Make it long enough that you can get it going flat. Get your little finger up there nice and flat. See how my finger is flat across the paper? My finger is just like the line. I'm going to go right here to where my finger hooks onto my hand. Get that lined up. Now I'm going to slide across, put a dot right here at the end of my finger, all the way out to the end. And then make this into a line. Alright, that's step one on this guy character. And measure that line. Once again, you got to measure that. Make sure it's as long as your finger. Alright, this is going to become his hat. Here's the decoration. And then we're going to start on the face. Put the two fingers under like this right here. Skip over your fingers. Put a dot right at the bottom of them. Cover that dot with your finger. Now pay attention. You need to do this when I do it. We're going to come down and around and just make a face. This has got to look like kind of a bowl or an upside down rainbow. And put his nose on. Eyes. And a large smiling mouth. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the rim on his hat. And I'll just put my finger out there so I don't go too far. I want to hook back right here on the corner and go straight out and then come back. Same thing over here. I'm going to go straight out and then go back to the hat, just like that. And it's just really, it's easy to do if you just watch. Alright, I'm going to slide straight over here and put his ears on. One here, one here. Now for his hair, I'm going to put a little flat line right there in front of his ear. And you may not have room for that. And then I'm just going to curve up around his eyebrow. Flat line, curve up. And you can color those in later. I'm going to go ahead and fill mine in so you can see what it'll look like when you color it. This makes his hair. I'm also going to bring it out on top of his ear and then skip his ear and come down under like this. And that makes his hair. And later when you color in with black, you'll color in her hair with a black crayon and fill in his hair too. Alright, now we've got to get his neck. We're moving pretty quickly. We don't have time to waste. We have to keep it going. Using my finger to measure with to get it the right width. Put a flat line under it. Get rid of my extra dots. And now for the shoulders. Watch. Slide your finger over to the side of his head. You can cover his ear, it's alright. Slide your finger down until it lines up across from the neck, but don't move it. Put your pencil right here on the corner of his neck. Look where I'm at. Put your pencil there, but skip. Put a dot. Same thing on the other side. Slide up against his head. Slide down. Pencil here. Skip. Put a dot. Put your pencil below the dot. Go up to his neck on both sides. Get rid of your extra dots. And let's put his collar. Look, it's an A right under his neck, and it's very large. Now, put your finger under his shoulder, slide straight down to the table. Look, I'm nice and straight under his shoulder. Put your pencil beside your finger right here and go this direction. And then give him, put a line on the other shoulder to make that match this one. Go back to the collar, go flat across, and then just go up to the shoulder somewhere. Try to make them the same on both sides if you can. If not, it'll be alright. I'm going to put loops on mine, but you don't have to. Here's the center line in his outfit, and I'm going to put buttons on this one. And now we've got all the major parts done. Now the people need arms, and the turkey needs a leg and a wing. So now we can go back and do some of those things. Let's work on the arms first. Just go here to the shoulder somewhere and hook on and slant down. But you can't make an arm with just one line. In this case, where it's against her body, it wouldn't look too bad, but it's better if you put your finger right beside where that line ended, make a little dot, and then look, get going the same direction as the first line, and only move over here and make it on this side. I'll do it again right here. Slant down, put my little finger, make a dot, and there's not much of a line there because there's only a little space. But I want to show that line that makes the inside edge of her arm. Now for the guy, I'm going to make him waving, and you can follow along with this, or you can leave it off. You can just do this part and quit, because see, the rest of his arm could be hidden by the turkey, or you can make his hand wave. It's up to you. First, I'm going to get this arm out here. There's that. Skipping over, get the direction for the line, fill that in. And here's his hand waving. I'm going to give him a wide cuff on his sleeve here. Then very quickly, I'm just going to put his hand on here. I'll start with his thumb, which just goes like this. Then here's his hand waving. And this is pretty simple. If you can't figure it out, you can just leave it off. It's not really that important to have that on there. Alright, now we've got just maybe a minute to work on this turkey. Alright, let's get the pan first. Slant down and in on both sides. Look, those lines slant. Put a bottom across it. We're going to do what we did to the hat. We're going to go out and then back. And here's another line that slants like this. That's pretty sloppy. I'm going to go out and back and put a few more lines. And now for the turkey leg, make an 8. And then right in the middle of the circles or the round parts of the 8, put those 2 little lines that go out like that. Now, put this great big letter D shape right there. And hook them together like this. Going very quickly. I've got to wrap this up. We're running out of time. And that's like an M or a W on its side. And the turkey wing's going to be very simple. Just going to make that right in there like this. Curve line here, and then another curved line. It's like it's going to make a triangle except they're curved. Then there's that. A few details. That makes the turkey wing. Now you can fill the table up with all kinds of food. Plums, peaches, grapes, apples, potatoes, cornbread, maybe other kinds of bread. So you can do lots of things for that. Now I think I've got room right here to put my name on it. I never put my name on the edge. I always move it away from the edge some. And that took a long time, but I think it's worth it because it should have a really nice drawing. Now I'm going to start a little music, and then I'm going to color for a little while, and I hope that was fun.